It was supposed to be a quick stop before dinner. Samuel Carter, broad-shouldered, quietly composed, a man who carried his years like a well-tailored coat, pushed open the glass door of Rivergate Savings Bank just before closing time. The late afternoon sun streaked through the lobby's high windows, catching the faint silver in his cropped hair. He walked with the steady, unhurried gait of someone who had spent a lifetime moving with purpose. Behind the counter, a young teller named Claire barely glanced up from her screen. She wore the bored expression of someone counting the minutes until the shift ended. When Samuel approached, she finally looked up, eyes flicking over his faded jacket and the worn brim of his cap. Her smile tightened. "Can I help you?" The question sounded more like a challenge than a welcome. "Yes, ma'am," Samuel said, voice low and even. "I need to withdraw some cash and set up a certified transfer." He slid a small envelope across the counter, account details neatly printed, identification ready. Claire tapped her nails against the desk. "Transfers of that size require special approval," she said, "and we'll need additional verification." Samuel nodded. "I have everything you need." But she didn't reach for his papers. Instead, her gaze drifted to his coat, the scuffed boots, the calloused hands. "Sir, large transactions like this can raise concerns. We've had issues with scams lately." Her words carried a thin smile, but the message underneath was sharp. "You don't look like someone with this kind of money." From a nearby desk, a second employee looked up, uneasy. The manager's office door remained shut. Samuel inhaled slowly. "I understand the policy," he said. "Please proceed with the paperwork." Claire leaned back in her chair. "Before I can, I'll need proof of income, recent pay stubs, or a statement from your employer." "I'm retired," Samuel replied. Her brows arched. "Retired? Then perhaps a letter explaining how you came into these funds. We have to protect our bank and our customers." The words landed like stones. A couple in line behind Samuel shifted, sensing the tension. Someone muttered, "Just let the man make his transfer." Claire's voice sharpened. "Sir, I'm simply following protocol. We can't have situations." Samuel studied her for a long moment. The room seemed to narrow around them, the quiet hum of counting machines, the faint scent of paper and ink. Finally, he reached for the front of his coat. "Ma'am," he said softly, "perhaps this will help." He unbuttoned the jacket. Beneath it, pinned to the left side of his shirt, gleamed a single medal, gold star against deep blue ribbon. Its polished surface caught the afternoon light like a sudden sunrise. A Medal of Honor. The effect was immediate. Gasps rippled through the lobby. The older gentleman in line removed his hat. The security guard at the door straightened. Claire's face drained of color. I didn't." Samuel's eyes held hers, calm but unyielding. "I served this country for 27 years, he said quietly. 4 tours. The account you doubt holds the benefits and savings of a lifetime. I came here today as any citizen would, to handle my affairs with dignity." Claire opened her mouth, closed it again. The faint clicking of keyboards from other stations had stopped entirely. From his office, the branch manager appeared, drawn by the sudden silence. When he saw the medal, he froze. "Mr. Carter," he said, voice heavy with recognition, "please forgive us. I'll personally assist you." Samuel nodded once, but his eyes never left Claire's. "Respect," he said, "isn't something you give after you know a person's story. It's something you give because everyone has a story you can't see." The manager ushered Samuel to his desk, apologizing with every step. Behind them, Claire stood motionless, shame tightening her throat. The couple in line whispered to each other, words like hero and honor floating in the charged air. The transfer took only minutes. When Samuel returned to the lobby, he paused beside Claire's station. "Young lady," he said gently, "protocol is important. but so is how you speak to people. A uniform isn't the only thing that deserves courtesy." Her eyes glistened. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I hope," Samuel replied, "you'll remember that apology for the next person who walks in wearing a coat like mine." He tipped his cap to the waiting customers and strode out into the fading sunlight, leaving a silence that felt like a lesson. That night, the story spread beyond the bank. A customer had recorded the moment the medal caught the light, posting it with a single caption, "Never judge a book by its cover." Within hours, the clip had thousands of shares. Veterans groups reached out to thank Samuel for his composure. Others called for the bank to improve its staff training. Claire requested a meeting the next day. She sat across from Samuel in a quiet conference room, hands clasped, eyes red. "I let my assumptions guide me," she admitted. "I saw a jacket, not a man. I'm so sorry." Samuel listened, the same steady calm in his posture. "We all make mistakes," he said. "What matters is what we learn from them." Weeks passed. Rivergate Savings announced new community programs, including veteran support initiatives. Claire volunteered for every session, speaking openly about the afternoon she learned what respect truly means. As for Samuel, he continued his quiet life. Morning walks, helping neighbors, no need for applause. The medal remained where it had always been. Not a badge to demand recognition, but a reminder of sacrifices made far from any bank lobby. And for everyone who witnessed that day, or watched it later through the glow of a phone screen, the image endured. A single flash of gold under a worn coat, silencing prejudice more completely than anger ever could.